Alright, so I'm going to start this new series here where I do a monthly review of basically all my positions, readjust my fans, do that. So that's kind of what this is going to be. So, and this will kind of help, I think, document sort of how I'm doing my fans and what I'm kind of thinking. So let's go ahead and get it started. So whenever I start doing the fans, I like to turn these off just so I can see what's going on a little bit better. Here's my watch list over here on the side. So you get to kind of see all the things I'm looking at. I did add a few things here. Every day I come in and I reevaluate my watch list, make sure all these things are still meeting all the parameters that I'm interested in. And I kind of clean it up every day if I need to. Just what I do. You don't have to do that, obviously. I guess I'm obsessed with this stuff, so it's a hobby for me, I guess. But when I'm doing my fans, I like to look back 6 months. So let's see here. So we'll be right around here now because we're about to roll into October. So it should be April, should be 6 months back, right? And yeah, so for this one, no edits are really needed right now. We'll find some here in a minute that we'll make edits on, but these fans should still be good. Our vertical, really what's going to determine this is our vertical line. So our vertical line here is within our 6 month window. If anything, I could drag this out. We'll just go out to December here. And then just make sure that it's still square on the bottom, which it's not. Okay. Lock that again. Okay, so SMCI is still decent. I'll make a note over here on Excel spreadsheet because I had this one as one of the ones that I was looking to buy, but not really, because I thought it was going to open. I mean, it kind of ran up today. I thought it was going to open up. If it opened up above this line, I was going to buy in. That didn't happen. And now it's kind of in a position where I'm not really sure what it's doing, so I'll keep an eye on it, come back to it. Okay, go to wire, looking good. Vertical line still good. Yep, it's another one, no adjustment needed. EBC, same thing here, no adjustment needed. No adjustment needed on that one. Alright, CLH. Okay, so CLH, we need to make an adjustment here. So, whenever I get one like this, what I do is I just remove all the drawings. So we're going to reevaluate it like it's day one again. Day one, horizontal line, I like to turn on the magnet there to kind of snap me to the top and bottoms here. And then I'll turn off the magnet to do the vertical line. I'm coming back as far as I can, looking for a swing. So here, I would define that kind of as a swing. I like to do it, if you've seen my other videos, I like to do it kind of a little bit further back. Gives me a wider spread on my fans. And do this again. Put my guidelines in. This is going to help me line up where the fans are when I put them in initially, and then after you lock your fans down, that's when you can zoom. You really don't want to be doing any movement of your chart when you're doing this part here, because it'll throw things kind of out of proportion. So on this, like right now, you're not evaluating where the candlesticks are in relation to anything. You're just throwing your guidelines on, lining up your fans, lining up that 1-to-1 with your guideline, just like that. And then lining up the tops and bottoms with your chart. So 8156, see down here, all that's got to be square. And then the Fibonacci retracement in just to kind of let us know what's going on here. And once you get everything locked in, that's when you can really like zoom and do all the stuff you want to do. So, and then what I'd like to do just to help me see what's going on is I'll throw in trend lines where all I'm really doing is just drawing them on top of the fans. It just helps me see. So like this one, for instance, if it falls down here, I'm going to be more interested. I'm not very interested right now where it's at. Keep an eye on it, see what happens. JBL, good. It's time to reevaluate. This is one I had bought into, and I guess we talked about this, so you've probably seen in my other videos on this one, and I had reevaluated my whole setup in the middle of the trade, so we're not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to, if I'm in a trade, I'm just going to let them roll. But on this one, that's kind of what happened, so. See, we lost money here. Alright, so remove our drawings. Alright. We've got some new ones too that I've never evaluated. We're gonna look at. Alright, and where I put this vertical line, so I'm looking for swings. Like all this area is not really a swing. This could be, this could be classified swing, but then kind of tapered off and dumped, so I don't really like that. So I think we're going to go to here, which is not going to be great, not for what we're trying to do. You'll see why here in a second. It's going to make our fans like kind of tight. I've seen them tighter. Well, I say that now. See how it goes. Pretty sure they're going to be pretty tight though. So when they're tight, to me, it's like not actionable data. If it's not actionable, then what in the hell am I doing? We'll see how it goes. This one might not be too bad, but definitely not ideal. Alright, these are just the Gann Fans. Gann Fan strategy. Let's see, did I lock these? Nope. You gotta remember to lock them. If you don't lock them, you get to moving things start sliding around, and then you're in a world of mess. Alright, so that's good. Now let's take a look here. Trend line. Okay, hey, this is actually not as bad as I thought. I thought it was going to look like this. Like when it's real close, all these lines will be up. But this isn't too bad. We could probably use this information. I mean, it's not really in a spot that I like right now. I think it's going to continue to go down. It might ping off of here. Keep an eye on it. You see, you got this other line right here already. It's been hitting off of that, but that one I might be interested in a couple of days. See what happens. Alright, WMS. Here's another one that we need to adjust. quite a few. So when I'm doing this, there's usually I'll have half or more that we need to take a look at. This just takes as long as however many you got. I got a couple. All of this is sideways data, not good. Starts to run. I would call. Really, this is the swing day because all these are kind of small, and that's a pretty big chunk one. Right. Sometimes I get these like perfect first time. It's not happening today though. Today we're just gonna miss. You can type it in or hit the up and down arrows. It doesn't really matter, whatever you like. Alright. This is another one. I don't think I'm digging this one too much. Seen it a few times. I mean, it meets all my criteria. It should be good. Good company. This has not been in a spot where I wanted to buy. Okay, look, this one's not bad now. We have to. I don't want to zoom in right now just because I got the zoom set for the area we're looking at. But this one, I'm actually interested in this one. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make a note on my sheet. WMS. It's a good one. Okay. A few more keys. Yeah, keys. We gotta redo this one. Okay. The other thing I've been doing lately is watching where they are in relationship to their EMA. And like if it's in this area, it's like this far down, like I'm just gonna take them off my watch list. I used to keep them on. I was only looking at certain data points to determine what I was gonna keep and get off, but lately I'm like, man, if you're below your EMA, just get the hell out of here and make room for something else. So even though this one kind of like went sideways here, it still kept running. So I'm gonna call this. Call that the swing point. Yeah, get this thing going. Swing points. I don't even know. I don't think that's the proper name is what I'm calling it. Swing point sounds good to me. Alright, let's see. This can take a little bit of time, but once you get these set up, they're good for the month at least. I do this, once a month. Take a look. You want to reevaluate your stuff, especially when you're in the spot that you're picking and choosing what you want to invest in. Like, this is not the time to set it and forget it, so to speak. Alright. Oh, I know I'm like super energetic today. One of those days. here. You can kind of see your guidelines move when you move this, but the fans, once you have them locked in, the fans stay right where they're supposed to stay, which is the important part. So again, this one, I'm liking that right there. I think it's bouncing off that line. Draw this line here to kind of take a look. And this is another one that I'm probably gonna, if this thing opens up above this line, next week I'm gonna buy in. I'll take a note. I like to keep an Excel spreadsheet, put some conditional formatting on my notes, and watch what I'm buying into. Keep track of all my data. Okay, here's one we don't really need to make an adjustment here. And this one, like, even though when it fell here, I didn't kick it off. It was definitely, when it was like here, I was definitely like, alright, I might need to get rid of this. And then bounce back. You see it came running back up. So if it's like close to the EMA, I'm keeping them. But when they like drastically fall, that's what I kick them off. Alright, here's another one that the only thing I might do on this one is just stretch out my Fibonacci retracement. About there. Let's see, 58. The other thing too is, like, if you don't redo the lines, like once you get like way out here, see how wide these gaps become? It's kind of difficult to. It's like when they're really wide and really narrow, like over here, like, I can't use any of this. I don't know if it's going up or down or any of that, but it's like, this is kind of your sweet spot right in here. Okay, so here's one I've never evaluated this one. Brand new. And again, like these, if you've seen my Spotlight series, I kind of talk about some of the fundamental information. Like, normally, like when I'm doing my stuff, I'm just looking at the charts, But whenever I give the fundamental stuff, it's kind of like, hey, here's some data points that, might make you interested if you're into that sort of stuff, And I'm not an expert. I should change my disclaimer to say I'm not like FINRA licensed, All views are expressed for entertainment only. To laugh at me while I lose my money. But hopefully I'm like anything, there's ups and downs, good days, bad days. Last year I had a great year. I think everybody had a great year last year. I don't know why we can't have years, like just do that every year, right? Everyone make money. All the time. Last month was not, or this past month was not great. But, from the guys I talked to, I don't think it was great for anybody. If you lost less than 10%, you had a good month, Alright, let's see. Draw my lines. It'll be a long video, I think, today. And then, so in this one, I'm going to draw this third line here. Because it could come off this channel. Be good. Alright, got another one. So all of these are the ones I've added today. So I added this one. This one might be tough to really analyze, like if we were thinking about buying, because the high is like today. High is today. So let's look at the vertical line. All this is sideways. I would call this the swing. Guidelines in. And this might be a better training video than my other one, because you get to see me do multiples. Multiples here. Let's see. Lock it down. Alright, put the fan in there. Square it up over there. Put a little fan in here. Square it up. Is that one close? And put our Fibonacci retracement in. And then that's good. Lock that down. Put my trend lines in here. Yeah, so for this one, like I was saying, like it's way in the green. And this might be one that as the month goes on, it keeps going up. So yeah, it's great, but it's very difficult using my strategy to see where this one's gonna end up. So I probably would stay. I mean, for me, I'll stay away until it gets back down into this area here. So Ulta's a good one. I was in this one a few times with kind of doing a different strategy back then than what I do now. But this is what we're going to do. Alright. So grab my lines here. So this one, the thing about Ulta I like is just how kind of like cyclical it goes. So it's going to bounce down. It might even go below its EMA and then come back up. It's a tough one. Do I call it here? It does kind of swing up, swing back down. This to me is not really a swing. This is probably more of a swing, but I'm gonna get like real short lines. I do it there. I think we'll try it here. Try it here, see what happens. And I did recently kind of change a little bit of my screener criteria, but we'll see what happens. I'm interested. It's, I just kind of flipped. The screener I use is off of Stock Rover, and I used to prioritize, or I would sort by or filter by. It's like a safety range, and really all that or safety margin, and really all that means is that the company has more assets available. Like if it were to liquidate everything, it has more assets available than what the stock price was valuing the company at. So when you think of like safety, like that's a good indicator that the company could sell everything and cover all their debt, right? But the thing I noticed is like a lot of those companies that meant that their stock price was kind of low, and a lot of times like well below EMA. So I kind of flipped it on its head a little bit and instead of sorting low to high, or I'm sorry, high to low as margin of safety, from more safe to less safe, I flipped it over and I'm doing less safe to more safe. So we'll see how it goes. It's really all we're, with this strategy. I'm not looking to be anything long term. I just want to grab what I can when it swings and get out when it swings the other way, or get out when I make, not even swing the other way, when I make my profit. So this one's kind of going down here a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about that one. Good. Another one. This one I was in some time ago. That's good. You can kind of see like those parts are easy, then the vertical line is a little subjective. Sometimes it's easier to pick than others. Like here, I would call it here. I always call it at least the second bar. Like you could probably call that first bar, but I'm gonna call the second one. Always looking for the second. Lock it up. I like this strategy. It's interesting to me how much the trends follow these lines. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's like you can almost see, like when you start putting these overlays down, like, yeah, I do kind of see, it's following this particular path, and it helps to, the Fibonacci line helps you to, or the Fibonacci retracement there helps you kind of see areas of resistance and support along with the lines. They kind of, I feel like they really complement each other. So I use both of them, especially when it's like in areas here, well, more like out here when the fan spreads a little bit more. So this one is it's interesting here too. It could be bouncing off of this line. Yeah, I'd have to see what it does the following day. So I'll make a note. What is this one called? A net. It looks good enough to buy, I think. And I've reduced how much I'm putting in per trade, so in my mind it kind of makes me makes it more easier for me to accept the risk, because I'm not putting as much money in. Like, yeah, it's gonna make my my winnings a little bit smaller, but I think that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, I'll call it here. Yeah, because like even though if my winnings are smaller, but I have like 7 or 8 companies I'm in, to me it's better than before. The most I'd ever be in is maybe like 4 companies at one time. And that'd be in, with a great deal of my portfolio, and then a lot of times I was also on margin like all the time because I had so much money in one. So this way it kind of reduces it a little bit. Like I think I'm on margin right now, but not a ton. And it gives me more opportunity. If I see something I like, I can just jump in and buy it. And I've got, my investment part of the portfolio set up to save and protect, most of my money, and then a portion of my portfolio set up to do stuff like this, take a little bit, more aggressive trades and see what I can do. If I make $100 at a time, all that adds up after a while. So let's see how all that turns out for me. Wrong button. Alright, let's take a look. So this one is actually just turning around. I kind of like what it's doing, and it just broke through the EMA. So I will also mark this one down as a potential. Okay. Alright, just a couple more. We'll be done. Okay, so then we'll be ready for next week, Oh man, I'm gonna be out of town next week, that's right. I always hate that. It's tough for me. I don't have my spreadsheet with me. I think it's a Dropbox maybe. Pain in the ass though. Alright. I would even call it way back here. Looks good to me. Gotta go back and I gotta go back and make adjustments. Getting sloppy here. Oh look, I hit that one right on the head. That's good. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I get it perfect. First time. Oh wow, look at that. Twice in a row. Pretty good at that one, I guess. Oh, I got that one too. Nice. Go. Alright, it happens. Sometimes it's better to be, what is it, lucky than good. Alright. I talk about being out of town next week. That's the reason I like this strategy is because once you buy into something and you set your conditionals, like you're done, like the trade's working, you just sit back and wait and see what happens. Old Dick Sporting Goods here. Wonder. Sometimes these stocks are cyclical, so we need vertical line. Alright. See, if it would have kept running, that would have been a great one, right? But I think we're going to call this the swing. This is where, you and your buddies can sit around and talk about it. But, oh no, I think the swing point is here. You can argue, have some beers. Who's doing that, right? Nobody. Maybe me and my buddies. That's it. Yeah, maybe a couple of you. Alright, it just takes a little bit of time to do this. Not crazy. Not crazy, just a little bit. maybe I don't get to buy into anything next week. I don't know. I'll take a picture. Take a picture of my spreadsheet before I go. I hate that though, because then I'll make edits and the thing won't be up to date. That's all I'll think about. It's like my spreadsheet's not up to date. Yeah, this one. This is Dick's. Yeah, this is. I don't think this one looks very good at all. To be honest with you. Like, I would be happy maybe out here at the end of October. Alright, we'll have to take a look at it again. Alright, so that's pretty much it, right? Like, that's all the ones we're looking at here. So if we look at the ones we want to buy, we can zoom in now. It's easier. Alright, so we're looking at WMS. That was a good one. Yeah, I think that'll be a good one to get. Keys, I think, was one. Yeah, so Keys is going to be, depends on what it does. It opens up here. It could keep going down, which obviously that's not what we're doing, or what we want to do. What's the next one? Or AIT or ANET. Here's ANET. This one, maybe, right? Let's see what it does. And then AIT. Yeah, AIT we like. Especially, I mean, either way, this one looks good, I think. Maybe we get a bargain down here, or maybe we grab it here and watch it run up. That'd be good. So we'll get into that. Then we can kind of take a look at what we're already in right now. Again, we're not making any changes here, even though we would have we done this. But all right, so here we are, ACLS. We can see we made money beginning of August with this one. Today is alright. Nothing to write home about, really. Titan is, it's okay. It's good. The one thing I will do is drag this thing. Oh, undo. Where's my undo one? Yeah. Unlock that. Drag this out to here and make sure it's good on the bottom. Lock it again. Alright, so see how that one goes. MPC. Now MPC, about this one, 28th, and it almost made my damn limit right there. Then of course fell down, so this one's real close. We're gonna make some money on this one in a day or two, I feel it. CSIQ, not doing great. Bought in and it fell. Today was okay, but not great. IMXI, made some money out of this one before. We're trying to do it again. Not a great day. Kind of went even with this day here, so gaps open again, see what happens. And bought ARLP today. It's okay, no panic right now, but obviously we'd like it to go a different way, and the way it's going. But Alright, yeah, that's it. I know it's kind of a longer video today, but that's how it's going. That's what I'm doing. So good luck.